حدثنا عبد الله بن مسلمة عن مالك عن ابن شهاب عن أبي سلمة وأبي عبد الله الأغفر عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: ينزل ربنا تبارك وتعالى كل ليلة إلى السماء الدنيا حين يبقى ثلث الليل الآخر، يقول: من يدعوني فأستجيب له، من يسألني فأعطيه، من يستغفرني فأغفر له. حدثنا عثمان وأبو بكر بن أبي شيبة وإسحاق بن إبراهيم الحنظلي، واللفظ لابن أبي شيبة. قال إسحاق: أخبرنا. وقال الآخران: حدثنا جرير عن منصور عن أبي إسحاق عن الأغر أبي مسلم يرويه عن أبي سعيد وأبي هريرة قال: قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: إن الله يمهل حتى إذا ذهب ثلث الليل الأول نزل إلى السماء الدنيا فيقول: هل من مستغفر؟ هل من تائب؟ هل من سائل؟ هل من داع؟ حتى ينفجر الفجر. The two hadithain that I just read for you were two of the ahadith that gave me so-called shubuhat. Let's call it doubt, even though a more direct translation should be something like similarities. That gave me doubt when I was a Muslim. Back then, I used to wake up an hour or two before Fajr and make my Sunni prayer, my witr. Even back then, I had problems with these two hadithain because I couldn't make sense of them. Of course, back in those days I dealt with these problems by reminding myself that my doubts only were shubuhat from the shaitan, the devil, and that I should seek refuge from him by saying, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Sahih al-Bukhari, Volume 2, Book 21, Hadith 246. Narrated by Abu Huraira. Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam said: Our Lord, the Blessed, the Superior, comes every night down on the nearest heaven to us, when the last third of the night remains, saying, Is there anyone to invoke me, so that I may respond to invocation? Is there anyone to ask me, so that I may grant him his request? Is there anyone seeking my forgiveness, so that I may forgive him? Sahih Muslim, Book 4, Hadith 1660. Abu Sa'id and Abu Huraira reported Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam as saying, Allah waits till when 1/3 of the first part of the night is over, he descends to the lowest heaven and says, "Is there any supplicator of forgiveness? Is there any penitent? Is there any petitioner for mercy and favour? Is there any solicitor?" Till it is daybreak. And you can see for yourself that these two hadithain exists in multiple riwayats.
Greeting. Apparently we don't yet have a video signal, so just let me know shout as soon as you're ready. When you're ready, Sally. We spent the first couple of hours getting oriented to the station after the surge, which is tiny, very, very, very small. The station feels like a cruise liner.
These ahadith are, as you understand, very hard to make sense of, based on what we today know about planet Earth and modern scientific cosmology. If Allah descends to the lowest heaven and stays there until daybreak, and don't forget that before he do that, he is Yumhil, he is waiting. Doesn't that mean that Allah is waiting and descending at the same time? Since the Earth is a spheroid and rotates on its axis, there will always be a last third of the night somewhere on Earth, and there will always be somewhere just before the last third of the night. And over that part of Earth, Allah is waiting to descend. Just before I left the Deen, I made a last attempt to rescue these ahadith by using Einstein's theory of relativity. I tried to imagine that Allah creates a pocket of space-time into which he descends. This will, of course, just create further problems, as you can imagine. It's especially problematic since, according to the Quran and the Sunnah, Allah is sitting on his throne, his arsh, and his throne is above water. Surah 25, Ayah 59. الذي خلق السماوات والأرض وما بينهما في 6 أيام ثم استوى على العرش الرحمن فاسأل به خبيرا. He who created the heaven and the earth, and what is between them in 6 days, and then established himself above the throne, the most merciful, so ask about him one well informed. And in Surah 11, Ayah 7, وهو الذي خلق السماوات والأرض في 6 أيام وكان عرشه على الماء It is He who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, and His throne was upon water. Nowadays, I think that these two hadithain indicates that the earliest Muslims believed in some kind of flat earth model of the universe. Perhaps they believed in a cosmology somewhat similar to that of the ancient Sumerians. Think about it. These hadithain only make sense if the earth is flat and you have 7 heavens above it. How else can Allah wait and descend? I will end this video by showing you images taken this year from a NASA satellite. In these images you can not only see the so-called dark side of the moon, you can also see that the Earth is a spheroid and that it rotates on its axis. I wonder, is Allah waiting and descending in this very moment? حدثنا عبد الله بن مسلمة عن مالك عن ابن شهاب عن أبي سلمة وأبي عبد الله الأغفر عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: ينزل ربنا تبارك وتعالى كل ليلة إلى السماء الدنيا حين يبقى ثلث الليل الآخر، يقول: من يدعوني فأستجيب له، من يسألني فأعطيه، من يستغفرني فأغفر له. حدثنا عثمان وأبو بكر بن أبي شيبة وإسحاق بن إبراهيم الحنظلي، واللفظ لابن أبي شيبة. قال إسحاق أخبرنا، وقال الآخران حدثنا جرير عن منصور عن أبي إسحاق عن الأغر أبي مسلم يرويه عن أبي سعيد وأبي هريرة قال: قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: إن الله يمهل حتى إذا ذهب ثلث الليل الأول نزل إلى السماء الدنيا فيقول: هل من مستغفر؟ هل من تائب؟ هل من سائل؟ هل من داع؟ حتى ينفجر الفجر.